I buried my head in the pillow, trying to will the phone to stop ringing. If I could just stay in this bed, I didn't have to face my reality. Except, the rude person that was causing the phone to ring off the hook would not let me. Groggily, I dragged myself out of the bed and winced when I saw I still wore my beautiful graduation dress that me and Emma had shopped hours for, but now was a wrinkled mess clinging to my body. "Hello?" I whispered when I picked up the phone. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do anything but crawl back into my bed. "Stormy?" "Yes." "This is Miss Williams, the nurse from last night." "Oh, hi." "Hi, sweetie. How are you feeling?" "Lost." I managed to get through my lips before my reality slammed back into me. The daylight shone through our window, drawing attention to my grandmother's things. I put my hand on my lips and sobbed as I looked around, taking in her essence. "It's okay, Stormy," the nurse said through the phone. "But I need you to listen to me, okay?" I nodded my head, not able to speak. She continued as if she saw me. "I've made arrangements through Brother's funeral home. Your grandmother's Social Security will cover a burial and the basic funeral package. If you want anything more fancy, you're going to have to come out of pocket." "The basic package is fine," I mumbled. My grandmother was a firm believer that once a person was dead, they were gone. She thought it was stupid that people spend thousands of dollars just to bury what Emma called a shell. "Now, do your grandmother own or rent her home?" "Rent." "Good. That means you don't have to worry about selling it. Have you looked into college?" "Not yet." "Okay, that's okay. Go ahead and grieve. But after you get your grandmother buried, you're going to have to make some grown-up decisions. And Stormy, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. You're a beautiful young lady, and you've grown up very sheltered. But the world can be a vicious place, and you need to prepare yourself to step out there." I thanked Miss Williams for all her help, and I promised her that I would think about her words before I hung up. I looked out the window. Indeed, the world was a scary place, and I was nowhere near ready to go out there alone. My grandmother believed that TV was an invention of the devil himself, so I didn't even have that view of the world to go off. There was a computer at the center, but the only one who really knew how to work it was Little Dynasty, Emma Naomi's 11-year-old granddaughter, who was super smart and very outgoing. I am nothing like her. Although life is really hard for them right now, with her brother giving himself to the street and her grandmother struggling to keep everything together, she was fearless, not a mouse like me. She was bold, and she spoke her mind, and she didn't care who heard. She told me that when she got grown, she was going to come back and help me run the center. She said she would teach a dance class, and I believe her. She was full of ambition. Me? Not so much. I was perfectly happy with the simple world my Emma had made for us. I went to school, but I stayed to myself. All the kids thought I was a freak because I wore tassels, and I was an actual girl that dressed fully covered. After school, I went to the center for a couple of hours, and then I came home, and me and Emma made dinner. It's true, my grandmother had exposed me to very little of the world. To say I was scared was an understatement. Slowly, I walked to the table that held our mail. Over the last couple of weeks, I have received acceptance letters. I hadn't even applied to these colleges. My high school counselor did. "With grades like yours, Stormy, you can go anywhere," she told me. But I can remember looking at her thinking that she and me had different values. She valued grades and one's GPA. I valued Yah and Yehoshua. I valued my walk, striving to be a good servant. I had told her I didn't want to go away to college, that I would probably do something local. "Okay," she said, But I'm going to go ahead and send away to a couple of the historically black colleges anyway, just in case you change your mind. I just nodded because I have a hard time telling people no. But now I'm glad I didn't say no. With shaking hands, I picked up the envelopes. I had been accepted to Louisiana State University, Howard University, and Alabama A&M University, all of which was offering a full scholarship, not to mention Michigan State, which means my room and board would be covered and I would just have to find a job to cover my food, because I was pretty sure I would not be eating from the cafeteria a lot. I curled up in my grandmother's chair and buried my nose in it so that I could smell her. She always smelled of lavender and mint. She used lavender soap and mint shampoo. Dear Abaya, how would I decide which way to go? I fell asleep with that thought on my mind, but I was awakened sometime later by the ringing phone. Hello? I said into the receiver. Hi, may I speak to Miss Stormy Jones, please? A perky, lively, entirely too happy voice said back to me. This is she. Hi, Miss Stormy. This is Chantel from the enrollment office at Atlanta A&M University. How are you today? I'm okay. Good. I was calling to encourage you to sign up for our early enrollment program. I see here that you have a full scholarship, and this way, if you sign up early, you can get a jump start picking out your classes. And around here, seats can fill up very fast, for our more popular courses. Do you think that sounds like something that you would be interested in? Can I go ahead and put your name down? Well, what do you know? That took care of that. Sure, I told her. I don't even remember receiving any letters or anything from Atlanta A&M University. My counselor must have applied for that. What did I care which one of these schools I went to? Without my EMI, anywhere I went would be hell on earth. So what did it matter? Good. I'm so happy to hear that you will be joining us here at Atlanta A&M. Someone will be contacting you later in the month to square away your arrival dates and things. Does that sound feasible? Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you, Miss Stormy. And Atlanta looks forward to having you. And just like that, my new life had begun. After I buried my grandmother, the next couple of months flew by. Miss Pearl, the woman who owned the house me and my grandmother stayed in, was very understanding and kind. She let me stay there rent-free until I went away to school. I had a hard time with my grandmother's things. I had nowhere to put them and no money to pay for storage, so I had to sell what I could and throw away the rest. What gave me strength was the words I had heard my Ima say thousands of times. Don't hold on to the dead, child. Material things are just that. If I die, throw this crap away. Don't go put none of this stuff up on the pedestal, making it your God. So with those words in mind, I was able to sell most of our stuff with the help of Miss Pearl, who knew a lot of people. I got rid of my bedroom set because I wouldn't need it living in my dorms, my grandmother's bedroom set, our dining room and living room furniture, my grandmother's sewing machine. Now that one was painful. My Ima and her sewing machine. We didn't have a lot of money for clothes, but in Ima's mind, she kept me fresh by what she called updating my old ones. Sometimes kids laughed at me at school, but I never told Ima. I just celebrate each item she redid for me as if they were brand new. But all in all, I have about $2,000 to get me there, hold me off until I find a job, which I would start looking for as soon as I got there. $2,000 is a lot, but even I, in my limited knowledge of the world, knew it wouldn't carry me far. I took one last look around my home and said goodbye to the place, knowing I would never step foot in it again. Then I handed Miss Pearl the keys. She wrapped me in a warm hug. You be safe out there, little girl. Your grandmother kept you so sheltered. I worry about you. But then again, with a face as pretty as yours and those big old innocent eyes, I shouldn't worry too much. Some man gonna come along and scoop you right up." Then she started cackling, showing her missing front teeth. My grandmother always said that Miss Pearl was a trip. She said she was the biggest crook in the neighborhood. "Miss Pearl, you are something else," I told her as I hugged her close. "You know it, baby girl. Now you go out there and you do well for yourself." She waved at me, and I was surprised to see that she had tears in her eyes. I looked back at where she stood on the porch as I walked toward the bus. Just like that part of my life was over, and a new one was going to begin. I bought a ticket to Atlanta on the Greyhound. Sure, it would have been better to fly, but a plane ticket would have sucked up my little nest egg. After all the selling and throwing away, all I owned to my name was right here in this suitcase. They can make a blues song about me. When I stepped off the bus in Atlanta, Georgia, I felt ready to face my future. I felt fearless and brave. I had even decided that I was going to have a voice here. I was not going to be a mouse like I was in high school. I was going to be bold, and I was going to walk with my head held high, just like Little Dynasty. However, when I stepped out the cab on campus, my bravery quickly fled. As I looked around, I was in a whole new world here. Hebrew youths were everywhere, and they all looked confident, and they all smiled and laughed. I watched as everybody's parents gave them tearful hugs and kisses goodbye. There was no one to kiss me goodbye. I felt so all alone. Even the girls were pretty, and the guys seemed bigger than life. I could feel myself shrinking as I looked around. I ducked my head and took my luggage that the cab driver handed me. Oh well, there goes my warrior princess attitude. Quickly, I made my way to admissions, careful not to look anyone in their eye. I know I shouldn't be this way. My grandmother tried for years to get me to stop being so shy. But the truth is, sometimes people terrify me. I know that sounds bad, and I'm pretty sure they got one of those phobias with my name on it. And I have prayed to Yah and asked him to heal me of this incredible shyness, but he hasn't. So here I am, little shy me on this lively campus. As I made my way to admissions, I was surprised to actually see white people. I guess I thought at historical black college it meant all brews. But no, there were actual white kids sprinkled in the mix. I guess that's cool. That means they wasn't like racist or anything like that. At least I would assume they weren't, because they chose a historical black college to attend. But you never know. The curses is real in the field. After waiting in an hour-long line, I had the key to my new room and my schedule for the semester. Tomorrow I had to go to the bookstore and get my books, and my first class began Monday. Because I did the early sign-in program, I was able to get a room in one of their best dorms that had a mix of upperclassmen and lowerclassmen. I was told that my roommate was a junior. This should be fun. She was old enough to show me the ropes and help me to get adapted. However, when I walked into my room, I wasn't so sure. She had things everywhere, including on my bed. "Hey, I'll be out in a minute," she yelled from the closet. "Sorry about all my crap being on your bed. You know a girl got to stay fly, so I needed my wardrobe to be Trump tight." She was not lying, I thought as I looked at all her clothes. She popped out the closet and looked down at me. She had to be a model. There was no doubt in my mind. Standing at about 6 feet, she was the prettiest person I had ever seen. Big boobs that were spilling out of her orange top, and a pencil slim waist. My goodness, she must eat like a pea a day or something. "Oh my, you are so pretty." I had not meant to say that out loud. She tossed her long blonde hair over her brown shoulder. "Thank you." Then she smiled like Miss America herself, before she looked down at my little luggage. "Is that all you have?" she asked. I nodded, feeling a little ashamed. My things were pure rags compared to the spread in front of me. Okay, good. That means I can use your closet, right? Sure, I guess. Great. I can already tell you're going to be the best roommate in the world. My name is Jessica, and you are? Stormy. She frowned. Ew, is that your name? I nodded, wanting to disappear. That is just too ghetto for me. She laughed and shook her head a little. Do they call you anything else? No, just Stormy, I whispered. Well, we're going to have to come up with something a little better than that if you're going to be my pet. Pet? This didn't sound good. Yeah, you know, my little freshman pet. You are going to pledge, aka, aren't you? I mean, you are a little dark, and we don't tend to pledge too many dark sisters, but you're really pretty, so maybe you can slide through. Pledge? I asked. Duh, you got to pledge. I can't be sharing a room with somebody that ain't gonna pledge, aka. And then she meowed like a cat. I stood there with my mouth hanging open. I'm not pledging, that was for sure. And I didn't want to be this black Barbie doll's pet either. Plus, it's meet and greet night. And lucky for you, you have me for your roommate. So, she smacked her lips. That means you get to go to meet and greet that the everyday average buster can't go to. Is it like orientation or something? I asked. She laughed. You cannot be as innocent as you seem. No, boo. It's a party. I shook my head. No, I'm good. I'll just stay here. I don't really do parties, you know. No, I don't know. And you have to go to this party. I'm not showing up without a pet. Are you crazy? Now stop talking silly and help me decide what to wear. And we spent the next 3 hours arranging her clothes in her closet and mine. We had decided to give her the closet and I just take my drawers. I really didn't feel good about that, but I didn't want my roommate to be mad at me, so I went with it. Plus, all of her clothes were Prada and Gucci and something called Fendi, which must never be folded according to Her Highness. Most of my clothes is from the thrift store, I told Jessica. She blinked at me before she erupted in laughter. I ain't gonna lie, it really hurt my feelings. But then I thought about what my Imam said about the Messiah. Just look at our Savior, she said. He could have come down here and had the very best that earth had to offer. Surely he, being the son of Yah, he could have had anything his heart desired. But he didn't want all that material stuff. He didn't even have a home. So you remember that, girl, when the devil started trying to use covetousness to win you over? Your power comes from on high. If it comes from any other place, it's not true power. And then you're just wasting your time. I thought about all the time we wasted hanking up Miss Thang here's clothes. 3 hours of my life I'll never get back. Come on, girl, let's see what you got in those drawers, she said as she applied mounds and mounds of makeup on her face. I don't have pretty clothes like yours, I said from my bed while I had been sitting watching her primp and prep herself. Of course you don't, especially shopping at the thrift store. But that's okay, you're just a pet. You're not supposed to look better than your big sister. I pulled a pair of jeans out that me and Ima had found at, you got it, the thrift store for $2. And I smiled when I thought about how we celebrated the find. Would you look at here, child? They got the good stuff on the rack today, Ima said. Sure do, Ima. Y'all must be smiling down on us today, I said with a crazy big Kool-Aid smile on my face, because I knew what was coming next. Hallelujah, she screeched. He's smiling down on me. Then she would break out into a little crazy dance, where she would have a way of shaking her rump and nodding her head at the same time. It was my grandmother's version of juking, she told me. That was my Ima for you, though. Miss Pearl say my Ima was crazier than a soup sandwich. And she was, too. There was no fear in her and no shyness. When she wanted to shout hallelujah, she did. And when she wanted to cut a rug for y'all, as she called it, she did. She didn't care where we were either. Ew! Are you wearing those hideous things? Black Malibu Barbie asked from over my shoulder. Heck, she was so freaking tall. At barely 5'4", she made me feel like a midget. Yeah, these are the style from where I came from, I told her. And they were too. Top fashion in my Ima's house. I remember the day my Ima took her scissors to the jeans. She had cut a hole in my right knee and another hole in my left thigh. That's the way the kids wear them now, she told me. She was so proud of her work. I didn't have the heart to tell her they didn't, so I just wore them anyway. Now they were my favorite jeans. Black Barbie shrugged as she kept applying makeup. Okay, what top are you going to wear with it? I pulled out a gray sweater. No, no, no. Now this is where I have to draw the line. She walked to her drawers and pulled out a yellow t-shirt. Here, put that on with your jeans. Funny, she didn't go to her closet to get me anything to wear. I guess her generosity only went so far. I turned my back and got dressed. I had never undressed in front of anyone but my Ima before. However, my roommate had not shared my shyness. She took off her shirt and bra and gave me the whole spiel about her $30,000 boob job. I just nodded and looked amazed. Who would pay that kind of money getting free breakfast? Apparently, according to Jessica, anybody that was anybody got a boob job. I just thought to myself, Abba Yah, thank you for blessing me with good sense. I put my jeans on and then squeezed into Jessica's shirt. I looked down and I instantly wanted to take it off. You could see the whole outline of my upper body. This shirt fit was really tight. This was not me. I didn't wear things that drew attention to myself like this. Jessica, I don't know about this shirt. What's wrong with it? She asked as she slid into a dress that could technically be called a long, tight, very tight shirt. It's a little tight, don't you think? You are such a nerd. I don't think it's tight. It's cute. Now, what shoes do you have? I picked up my flats. Flats? Are you kidding me? Tell me you have something else. I shook my head. My flats were all I had. They pretty much went with all my clothes. A Best Buy, Ima would say. What size shoe do you wear? A 6. She shook her head. Sorry, I can't help you there. I'll be alright, I responded. Vanity is an ugly thing. So what are you going to do with your hair, she asked. I put my hand on one of my braids. What do you mean? What's wrong with my hair? I was truly confused. I liked my hair. I mean, don't get me wrong, you rock in the natural look, and it looks good on you. But don't you think you can do something better than 2 French braids? I mean, the Pocahontas went out of style years ago. The Pocahontas? What in the world was she talking about? I bought one of my braids to rest on my chest. The one thing I always got complimented on was my hair. It was my good quality. I'm okay, I told her. Suit yourself. But let me tell you, there are going to be some fine brothers in there tonight. She put on another layer of concealer. Goodness, how did she even hold her head up with all that stuff on? But it ain't a brother on this campus as fine as my man Solomon, she purred. I smiled, trying to encourage her to keep talking. She is a one-woman show. Even though she talked to me, at least I think, she made love to herself in the mirror. He's the biggest, strongest man on the campus. And he mean as a junkyard dog too. But I don't care. Cause he know how to take all that anger and aggression on a girl's body. And I have me begging for mercy. What? Is she saying that her boyfriend beats her? And she likes it? Anger and aggression? That don't really sound good. I frowned at her. Something was wrong with this girl. She sighed. You must still be a virgin, because only a virgin will look like that after I just told her that my man can make me climb a wall. Climb a wall? My confusion must have showed on my face, because she slammed her brush down and turned around to look at me. Oh my goodness, you ain't never had a man break your back? I shook my head fiercely. I don't see how I would enjoy that, I admitted. She gave me such a sad look. You poor baby, you have been deprived. She shrugged and went back to her makeup. You had better stay away from some of these older guys. If they get a hold of you, they gonna ruin you. Well, I'm not really looking for a guy right now. I just kind of want to focus on my studies, you know. Yeah, I know, 'cause you are such a nerd. Tell me, you have some contacts or something, so that you can take off them ugly glasses and put them away for the evening. I sighed. I was getting tired of this girl insulting me. No, I don't have any contacts. Well, you can wear that hideous outfit, but I put my foot down about the glasses. But I can't see without them. It's the sacrifice us women have to make in order to be beautiful. She turned a complete 360 in the mirror so that she could see herself from every angle. You ready? Vanity is an ugly thing, I thought. Yep, I said, taking my glasses off to appease Her Highness, but I put them in my pocket just in case. I was truly blind without them.